Sue Wilson back again today, and I have a different technique to show you today in the type of card that we're going to be doing. This is called an interlocking gatefold card. So I'll just slip this band off and show you exactly how it works. Isn't that pretty? And you can decorate the inside and then put these back together so they interlock into each other. Now, to introduce the dies that we'll be using in today's card, I've got from the New York collection the Madison square, and that's going to form the basis of most of our card. I'm going to use the center out of the Times square. And then to decorate the band around the card, I'm going to be using the Finishing Touch Open Petal Camellia and then embellishing it with the Faux Quilled leaves. This is from our first release, but it's a lovely set. I love to use it over and over again. Now, I've actually gone ahead and cut everything we need today because this is more showing how the card goes together. First thing you want to do is pick two colors, and you're going to cut a piece of 9 by 6 inch card and score it at 3 inches. And I've used black and white. Okay, so you're going to be doing both of those. We're going to tape them together. I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape here. Put that on the inside of this and this. Put one more right along here and here. There we go. And I'm going to be lining up this one right here, trying to get it as straight as I can inside of that. There you go. So that will form the basis for our card, and you'll see this is where they're going to come together, so we're not going to do any taping there, all right? So that's ready to go. Now, the first thing I do is I always decorate the outside and then work towards the inside. I've cut the outside part of the Madison square here, which is a really pretty deboss area around it. I did use a Spellbinder square to cut that perfectly even on the inside. Now, the key to this card is ordinarily when we put down a die cut, we glue all parts of it. You have to remember that half of this will be free floating. So only on half of this do we want to put some glue. I'm just going to run a little bead of Cosmic Shimmer Dry Ice Clear glue around and stop it halfway. Okay. And that is going to go on the black half of my card. So I'm going to just kind of lean right in here, get that centered best I can. And hold that down in place. Okay. And there you go. See, that's completely free flowing. So leave that for a second. Now we're going to move to the next piece here, and I've gone ahead and cut one of the Times square, and I've used the inside square piece to take the center out, and then I cut another one out of black. Now we're going to line these up on top of each other and glue them together. So let me just see, that's where I want it. Put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to run it around that inside frame part because that's where I have the largest area. And then just some dots around the edge to kind of hold it into place. That should be enough to keep it nice and secure. If you're doing this at home, obviously you can take a little more time to make sure it's perfectly straight and have enough glue on there and everything. So pop that right over the top of that. Get that into place. It's pretty. You almost have a tiny little bit of a shadow coming through. I really like the way that looks. Now that's going to go onto the white side of the card, and we're going to put the glue on just this half where I've got the black piece on top. A little bit of glue around the edge here. Remember, only halfway. A couple little bits. Okay, so if you hold this down in place, you can center that in that outer piece, lining up the black and the white along the fold there, making sure it's nice and straight. Just give it a second to hold up. I've got a little bit of glue there. Let me take that off. Okay, so now you can start to see that coming to shape. So that's going to fit inside of there nicely. And my last piece here is the center of the Times Square, and I've done it in red and backed it with white to really have it show up. There again, we're just going to do 1/2 of that. And that's going to go back onto the black side. Hold that right in the middle. Get that to stick. So now we've got the outside of our card, so you can fold that right into each other and they'll interlock. Okay, so we might as well go ahead and finish the inside of this and then we'll work on the band. I went ahead and cut some red, white, and black pieces out of our Madison square here, and I've stamped a sentiment for the middle of it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided sticky tape. And you don't want to have a lot of dimension on this piece because you've got to fold around it. So if you put mounting foam in there, it might actually make it too thick. So I've got these nice and flat. We'll center that. So we'll have a nice sentiment in there when we're finished. Put those back in together. Now, I've went ahead and cut some strips, and because you're limited on the length of the cardstock a little bit, I've done 2 so that they can be put together like this. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the extra bit here. And I'm going to pop this one inside of it to extend it. Now, if you wrap this around and put a little glue on this top piece here, you can see how far you need to put it so you don't get it too tight. I think that should still slide nice and easily. You can make it a little looser if you need to. You want to be able to slide it on without too much effort. There we go. That should work. Now I'm going to just decorate this piece a little bit. I've already gone ahead and cut one of the open petaled camellias, and I've layered it all up. So I'm going to put that on with some glue dots. We'll pop that right over to the side. Oops, right over to the side here, I think. And then we're going to decorate that with some of the faux quilled leaves. And I just went ahead and nipped bits of these apart so I'll have them a little smaller. And I'm going to just kind of tuck them underneath here, there, and yon. We'll put one here, and I think I'll take a little bit off of that stem. Tuck that underneath so it goes over a little bit more. And I've kind of just hidden that join a little bit with it. So now we can finish off our card just by sliding this back into place, holding all of our little bits down so it'll slide nicely. And I think a couple little faux pearls on the top here. Let's just put 3 little dots just where we're going to put them, maybe about like that, as little accent pieces. Put one here. Oops. One there, and one on the other side. And I always add a little extra glue just to make them a little more secure. That should work. And how fun is that? Got a little bit on there. Got a nice little gatefold card, really quick and easy to do. You can do that in any color and put any sort of sentiment you like inside of it, so it'll work for all occasions and any recipients.